You don't like my cookies, Dan?
Oh my
I
gosh.
just got up from the supper table.
Mm,
I don't need any more.
You had dessert?
I'll eat
I did,
Danny's.
yeah. I did.
Oh, that is so good, Lorelai.
Oh, thank you. Enjoy. Let's start with updates from the previous meeting. We got the constable's report. Let's look at that.
Brendan was here, and then he had to leave. So, and Lorelai, I'm supposed to tell you that the two that you requested that
Yes.
he sent them both out.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm not sure about this first one. Does anybody know anything about the first one? Am I supposed to know about the first one? Anybody?
Caleb?
Yeah. Brian, do you know anything about that?
I don't.
I
I
don't
don't know if
either.
maybe he was approached in his other capacity.
It sounds like you may have got a phone call just asking what could be done, but I'm just
Okay.
assuming.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any other comments? Ouch. I've seen that second one. I know who that is. We've had previous issues with that. All right. Any,
I do have something for him though.
Oh.
I have a complaint from 8231 Sheila Lane. Walker was approached by a dog not on a leash, nipping and biting.
ooh, that's a, yeah. Can you give Brandon?
Yep. I'm doing it right now.
All right, thank you. Yeah, that's,
It didn't bite him though, right?
Well, bite at her, but didn't break no skin or nothing like that. So
Is there any different?
Yeah.
it's 8231 Sheila Lane.
From 15
Gotcha.
to 17.
did they say what
Just
kind
a-
of dog?
Great Dane, I believe.
Oh,
It was a large dog.
okay,
She wasn't sure on the breed.
okay,
I'll just put large dog.
all right. Building inspector's report, did Josh leave anything?
Yep, he did. I handed it to you guys.
Oh, just
Right before the
before the
meeting
meeting,
started,
got it. 7 permits. I actually had the opportunity to talk to Josh today a little bit, and he mentioned that a lot of people have taken out new home permits. I think he's sitting with 7 of them, but with the interest rates climbing, so far 3 of them have just been put on hold. So that's not really a good thing to hear, but I understand the economy is a little iffy right now, so I don't blame them. But still, this is March, 4 houses, not a bad deal. Any other questions or comments? No, okay, let's move on. Zoning administrator, okay, that would be me. So we have received a building permit application for Ramsden for the first storage building on the corner of Ranger and the highway. This will include a business front, so that will be starting soon. I have been approached by another company that will be potentially coming into Saratoga with their business, and it's basically just a business front. It's just a building that they need a front. They're a contracting business, and they will be building a building just to do business out of, and they're a contractor. What else do I know? Don't laugh. Yeah, as a zoning administrator, most of the questions that have been coming to me have been land divisions and how people can divide up larger parcels of land and still get the frontage on a town road when the parcel is in the middle of a section, which is very hard without going to a condo plat. But with our new zoning and with the help of Emily at the county, we've been making our way through it. So that's been a lot of issues. That's about it. Any questions?
No.
I'll let Josh carry on with the plan commission when we get that far. Road crew, Caston.
Yes. A lot of complaints for the plows digging up people's yards. I didn't see anything too concerning. It was usually within a foot of the road, the digging of the wing. A lot of people tend to believe it was on purpose. They always think it's on purpose, the complaints. Couple complaints I got.
Are you making enemies, Caston?
I
Is
guess
that what
so.
you're telling
Well,
us?
me and Tom both. They tend to think we hit their yard on purpose, but we don't. It's not
You have a
really
list
intentional.
that you go down?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I gotta look at this guy. I'm gonna get this one next.
Alright,
But yeah, so those will be added to the spring cleanup list in terms of cleaning up, but
okay.
nothing too severe. Tractor is back with the loader arms and the broom is working. That's all hooked up, ready to go. It works good.
Okay. Good deal.
What else is there? I believe that's all I got.
Okay. I did have a conversation with Doug Pazanoff today, and he'll be coming back the first of the month, so
Okay,
it'd be nice to
Yeah,
have him
that's a
back too.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions or comments for Caston? You need a new phone so that I can get a hold of you?
Maybe. That wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, we gotta figure something out.
Nothing works in those buildings.
No, I know. Well, even around town too, there's a lot of dead zones just kind of scattered about.
Who do we have?
Who do you have?
I have, I believe they use T-Mobile towers, I
Okay.
think.
And AT&T's no better. I have them, and I can't use my
AT&T
phone out on
is the best though.
but I can't use it out
Of them
on by
all.
your house, 64th.
I know, well, nobody can.
It's a dead zone out there.
US Cellular doesn't work out there, T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, nothing works at my place. So when my Wi-Fi goes out, I also have no phone at all.
Okay.
Then I can never
Um,
be reached.
We made some decisions earlier tonight, so maybe you could meet me in my office tomorrow. Would that be okay?
Sure. What time?
You're here all day, right?
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I get here. All right, anybody else? Any questions? Right, I guess you're good to go, Caston.
All right. Thank you very much. You guys have a great one.
Thank you. Plan Commission, Josh?
Alright, so our planning commission meeting was on the 12th. We listened to a presentation from Keller regarding our buildings and their ideas for some options we have for rebuilding and adding, repurposing. Quite a bit of discussion. We gave some recommendations, revised the designs slightly, and they took what we had to suggest, and they're gonna go back and rework some stuff. And I believe there's been a meeting since then.
Yes.
So, that's the Keller update. We are on our last, we couldn't get to the last section of the zoning ordinance this last meeting because it went a little bit long, but this next plan commission meeting, we're gonna be working on the rest of the zoning ordinance update. There are 3 terms that are up on, 3 of the 7 members' terms are up. I've talked to a couple of them. I have one more to talk to, and
Okay.
I'll let you know what their decisions are on that. And then there was a suggestion or recommendation or request, I guess you'd say, from a couple of citizens that would like our plan commission meetings recorded and posted online like these meetings are. So we discussed that a little bit, and we haven't made a formal decision yet, but it seemed like everybody was on board with it. So more than likely, the next plan commission meeting will be recorded.
I'll make sure to comb my hair.
All right.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for Josh? All right, clerk?
Just waiting for the next election to be over.
Everybody come in and vote.
When is that?
April 1st, so Tuesday.
Okay.
So tomorrow, which is Thursday, is my last day for in-person absentee from 9 to 1.
9 to 1, early voting. Tomorrow, last day. 1 o'clock. We're done. Don't knock on the door. We had a lot of that today.
Have you had quite a bit of response already?
Not too bad. Not as bad as November, but
Right.
just a lot of weird, different type questions, and it stumped the county clerk's office.
We're an unusual community.
Yeah.
We stump a lot of people. Anybody have any questions for Paulette?
Have we got any requests for, our town sign? Yet?
Not, well, so in the packet, you guys wanted to make change, or the last meeting, we had to make changes to it, so you guys were just gonna sign that, and then we'll go forward with
And that's the LED
being
sign
able to
policy?
do that. Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
yeah, so it was just kind
Anybody
of
that came in yet?
not, we were asked about it once, but you guys wanted to look at everything
Right.
before and sign it, and so it's in the packet here to sign, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Paulette. Last but not least, Billy Joel, our treasurer. What do you have to say for yourself?
Dog licenses are due March 31st. And, oh my gosh, I just went blank.
How many you got left?
There's over 250 dogs still not licensed,
Oh,
which will incur a, $15 late fee per dog after March 31st.
you know, it seems that we have so many people that just refuse to license their dogs.
I hear a lot of people say when they get their late fee letters and stuff like that, that the bank pays their taxes and then they forget about the dog license.
Ah,
But what I do when I have something that happens monthly or yearly is I put it on my calendar and you can make it remind you every single year.
so you don't think raising that penalty would be advantageous at all?
I don't. And I always tell people, it's not about, we don't make money on dog licenses
No,
by any
I know.
means. They come in with a $3 dog license, we're not making money.
Right.
It's a state license, it's, a state law that it
Right.
has to be done. And we're just trying to ensure that all the dogs have rabies shots.
Right.
It's not about gaining money from
Right.
it.
It's not about trying to trick you into.
No, and it's not us. It's the state that requires this, and we're just the ones who have to do it. And I'm called the dog lister, and that's for doing that. So,
Okay. So instead of calling you treasurer, we should start calling you dog lister.
It's a $15 penalty
it is
for after March 31st?
correct.
And there's 250 out there yet.
And you send them all letters.
The last couple years, I called them too first.
Holy cats.
Yes, I was hoarse after that. Let me tell you, but I don't know if I'll be doing that again this year because that is a lot to sit there and call all the
Right.
people and say, please license your dog.
Right.
But they will get the letter.
And I'm sure a lot of people do appreciate the phone call. However, they got to realize it takes a lot of time and for that lousy $3.
And it's something that has to be done every year. It's not like
Yeah.
it's creeping up on a whim. It's every year is the same thing. It doesn't change.
And I just don't want people to get used to you calling either because of,
No, I'm not going to do it this year.
okay.
We have to let the letters do its thing and the deadlines be the deadlines. And it breaks my heart when they have to pay a late fee. I hate that. That's why I did the phone calls because I just it's not about the money. So
Yeah.
come in so you don't have to pay that $15. But I have to stop doing that.
Yeah.
It's $750 in dog licenses.
What do they call that? Tough love?
And
I
that's,
think so.
you're worth more than that just in the time it takes to make a phone call.
That's a fact.
Oh, thanks, Josh.
If they don't pay it before, in the next,
Yeah, I mean, it's
However
been
many-
on the board out there. It's in their tax letter that nobody
Right.
reads, but it does say March 31st, so even though the bank pays their taxes, they're still getting their tax bill in the mail with the letter.
Right.
So they are getting noticed.
Okay. Anything else for Billy Joe? Okay, you can stop talking now.
Thank you.
So you don't have to get hoarse. Yeah. All right. Informational announcements by board members. I'm going to start this because I do have a couple things. So being that we canceled the meeting last week, I came in here on the slippery roads and I didn't want you guys driving on them because I lived the closest. And when I got here, I canceled, but Billy Joe was already here. And believe it or not, these people from Invenergy, the new solar array, drove from Tennessee, Upper UP, and Minnesota.
She flew.
Well,
Yeah.
but they drove from Madison or Milwaukee,
Yeah.
respective airports. And so instead of turning them away, we had a meeting, and they are coming back to give a full board, plan commission, and whole town meeting again. And nobody did come for this from the townspeople either, but we did get a lot of information. I'll give you a synopsis here. Basically, we have no battery storage information. That is wide open. We don't know if they're going to have it. They don't know if they're going to have it. Can we tell who the end user will be? Invenergy
I don't see why not.
and We Energies will end up owning this solar array, where Alliant owns the first one. The completed land purchase will be done by June of 2025, so this year. The land clearing will start in November and end potentially in March of 2026. They will then be stumping and grinding and chipping the wood. However, we learned from the last one that we probably will not be giving the wood chips away or selling them, because what was included in the wood chips a lot of times were brush and weeds, and it
wasn't quality like they thought.
Yeah.
Rocks.
So they are going to get rid of it. We don't know how, they don't know how, but they'll let us know. And then after that, they will be planting grass. It'll be a local seed mix, and they'll leave that sit for 4 to 5 months. They will be watering it and using natural fertilizers, or I don't want to say natural, what did they call it? Environmentally safe fertilizers. To stabilize the soil. The number of panels will be approximately 350,000, which is less than what we have on the other one, which was, I believe, 700,000. So they're becoming more efficient. So we need less panels, less land, but the same efficiency. So we'll recoup the same amount of monies from the state. Actually, it's from the county, isn't it? It goes to the state, and then the state disperses it to the county. It's kind of a trickle-down theory, and we'll end up with approximately $235,000 a year.
It comes in our shared revenue check.
It comes in our shared revenue,
From the
yes.
state.
From the state, then, okay. And that money, I would like to see us put it into the infrastructure, which would mean the dilapidated buildings that we have out here, to do some repairs or building or whatever we have to do, and so we don't have to put it on a tax roll. We will still put it out for a referendum. We'll offer tours. We're going to keep everybody as informed as possible. But getting back to the solar, full construction for the solar array will begin in the fall of 2026. So next year in the fall, they're going to start, and they should be completed by May of 2028. So we're looking at a 3-year window, which is very common. That's exactly what Alliant did.
No concrete slabs.
No concrete slabs.
10 feet in the ground.
They're 10 feet in the ground on metal poles. And the unique thing is here, what was it, the gravel or the depth? I can't remember. But it going along, we'll try to keep everybody as informed as we can. And there'll be another open session meeting, like I say, in May or June, but we'll definitely put it out there to let everybody know. So that's the solar. Now let's go to Keller. So Keller is the firm that we hired to give us a valuation and a forecast of what we should do with our municipal buildings, because we all know that they're getting older, except for our administrative building, which is quite current. We wanted to keep the hall because, as everybody knows, the hall is a very stable structure, and we've been trying to figure out a way to keep the hall, but possibly the addition onto the hall, what I call the addition, but it was actually built at the same time, which houses the bathrooms, the EMS right now and the kitchen area. That part of it, the foundation is in such bad repair that we probably can't save that part of the building. But now we're looking at the fact that we could utilize the hall for cold storage and possibly get rid of the metal building that they're using for the public works and put the new building right in that same area. And add the town hall onto this building, a smaller town hall, and a couple offices onto this building. So we're looking into all of that, and we will be having tours in May of all the buildings here. And I will be giving tours, and I'm gonna try to get a couple of you guys roped into it. I don't know if you can. So that everybody can see what's going on with the buildings that we currently have. And then at that time, we should have an idea of what we can do as far as cost and the additions and what we need and what the town thinks, and we'll go from there. I guess I'm trying to keep everybody as informed as possible, so I guess that's about all I can tell you about that. So there. How about you,
I'm
Carl?
good. I'm good.
I'm sorry. Josh?
I'm good as well.
Brian?
Well, we did get some information about the solar. I did have a community member come to me because they were under the understanding that this should have been started already. When the first one went through or whatever, was there a time frame the second one was going to start? I informed them of that there was some ups and downs with this project, but it is back in session and it's going to continue. So he wanted to know like time frames, and I didn't have that at the time.
Okay.
So it was good that you actually brought that up. So now we can review this video footage, and it will be starting June of this year. The clearing.
June is when they're gonna complete all of the land purchases.
Okay.
They have to have it done by June per state statute.
And then the clearing will start
Fall.
The
November.
Was it November?
land clearing is November of this year, and it's gonna go through till March of next year. And then they'll be removing the stumps and stuff, March through June.
That'll really get the deer moving then in that November time frame.
I did send all the board members the same information that I received from Invenergy, so you should have all that information that I just gave you. And
And that is on the website.
it is, for all you out there, it is on the website. It's called
It's under
Saratoga Solar.
Yep, it's under solar, and it's,
Yeah.
I think I called
I
it
didn't check
solar
my emails.
updates or
Okay.
something. It's the
Yeah.
furthest one down on the page, so you just gotta scroll down.
Okay, so it is on the website, so please view it. There's a lot of really good information, very short and very sweet.
Oh,
All right,
It's just
anybody else? Anything else, Brian?
No, I'm good.
All right, I see a gentleman out in the audience that I don't know, so I'm gonna ask him to speak if you would like to
I don't
speak, or
care
is this
for his
on the
first
agenda?
On the agenda, yep.
All right,
The short-term rental.
we'll just move on then. All right, approval of the previous minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the Wednesday, February 19th, 5 o'clock closed session minutes.
Okay, I have a motion by Josh. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second by Carl to approve the closed session minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Let's move on to the February 19th. Are we moving on or moving back?
February 19th,
Yeah, it is the same day. Okay.
6 o'clock, regular board meeting.
Yep. Do I have any issues with it, or
I
anybody
make a
want to make?
motion to approve the town board meeting minutes from Wednesday, February 19th, 2025.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Brian and a second by Josh to approve the February 19th regular town board meeting minutes. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against?
Who seconded that?
Josh.
Okay.
Motion by Brian, second by Josh. All right, and then you'll find in your packet that we need a couple documents signed that was approved One was for the sign ordinance that allows the people to present creative signs to the plan commission and then town board. I need signatures on that. It was already passed, so I just need signatures.
Done through the-
So
That was when it was passed.
Paulette's got the
February. Yep, I've got the
copy
sheet
signed?
here. Yep, they just never signed it. It was approved that 19th February.
Okay.
and this is the sign ordinance amendment.
Yes. Thanks. We need a date in there, or do you want?
Well, that was approved that February
You're gonna
meeting,
put it in
so
there?
I'll have to add that in there.
Oh, sorry.
But we didn't have everything ready for you guys to sign at that meeting, so.
I like to steal the signs.
And we also
All right,
have,
and then the LED sign policy was, we had some content that we had to revise, so I want you all to read it over before it's enacted. I can't remember what,
I think we passed that too. with
you
the-
did
Yeah,
pass
but
it,
You guys
but I-
wanted to see those.
you
Yeah,
wanted to
we
see the
passed it.
changes.
We passed it with the
I-
correction.
Yeah, I don't remember what the corrections were, and I'm sorry. Paulette, do you happen to remember?
Not off the top of my head, I'd have to look back.
I think we put in the 1 week prior, no more than 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So you guys can just sign at the bottom there.
Oh, you don't want none of that?
Well, that would be if somebody has,
Oh,
that's the
that's
copy
the-
of the
oh,
form for you
okay,
guys
so you
to
just
look
want-
at.
this is
Yep.
just the policy, so that just
You
has
need
to be
everybody's
signed
signatures
by,
down on the bottom tonight?
Yep.
Okay.
all right. You're gonna pass one around, or do we sign each one?
No, just you guys
Just the
can
one.
all just,
I think it was just some verbiage on the front, is
yeah.
what we changed.
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along.
I have another pending, oh, I do have another pending. And the survey map,
How did I pull this?
Yep, and I have this Lorelei for that survey map. I didn't know if you wanted to read that.
Okay, so we have the, how come I have two of these? Is it, one of these not right?
So that packet started for last week and then we changed the agenda because there was something
Okay.
that we removed and then we added a couple
So it's the
things.
same thing though?
no,
You'll
it's
look
a
at that
different.
second,
The one with 17 items on the agenda is the correct one.
That's the current one?
Yes.
Okay,
The black and white.
the black and white one, thank
You
you.
gave us an extra week and added 2 more things.
technically 3 lines.
Sorry,
Two
sorry.
lines off,
Thank you,
or
gentlemen.
1 line off, sorry.
All right, so, where was I on this?
I gave you the verbiage. of
Okay.
The sheet there.
Okay, so this is the certified survey, is that number 8?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so this certified survey map that was presented is no longer current because what had previously happened is the two lots were joined for tax paying purposes. So if you own two lots next to each other, you don't want to receive two tax bills, you can combine the tax bills and pay one tax bill. And that's exactly what happened here, but the county was under the impression that they were joined by a CSM. That's why we had it in front of us, because now he wanted to separate them, but they don't need to be separated because they are already separate. So this is a null and void thing for the town to even consider, so just cross it off your agenda. Is that what you're here for?
No, short
That's-
term.
Number 10.
Same, okay, I'll just keep asking,
It's a good, that was the big question when,
right?
through the plan commission, was what went on, assuming that a certified survey map had been drawn up
Right,
to put those all under one lot. Well, if it wasn't, the whole thing is moot. There's
And-
no reason to even have the CSM.
you're right, Dan, and that's exactly, you asked exactly the right question, and Emily sent me a email telling me that, hey, sorry, I made a mistake. So we'll just act like it didn't even happen.
So the guy spent money on a certified survey map that he wouldn't have ever had to do.
That's a fact, but I would have to believe, yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
at least they know where their lot lines are now.
Do you wanna give me that back so I can attach it?
Absolutely.
So
Dates back to
if it
mid-'70s,
comes back
so
down the
Yeah.
road
it's been
that we know why
A
we
long
did
time
that
of
down.
growth.
Yeah. I was in I had to look back at an old subdivision up here. There's a gentleman going to purchase a subdivision, Hickory Knolls, is that what it's called? Something Knolls.
Timber something.
Timber Creek
Oh,
Knolls.
that's bowling alley.
Yeah, he's gonna purchase it and finish developing those lots. And he said there was a phase 2 and a phase 3, but there was not. It was unplatted. So I
Well,
said,
yeah, the front is all
yeah, I said
unplatted.
it doesn't count.
I think it all was in the CSM, or in the subdivision, but it was on platted lands,
Right,
listed as unplatted land.
yeah. So I said, whatever applies by our current zoning is what's gonna have to apply on those unplatted
Right,
lands.
Right.
In the subdivision though, what we had at the
What was
time,
there is
Yeah.
there, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it could be a 30-acre lot.
Yeah,
back
and
in
he
the
wants
day.
to put duplexes on those, and he can, because it's specific rates in our acceptance of that CSM, that's exactly what it says. So, yeah, but anyway, I'm glad we found it. All right, moving on, let's go to
The beverage license.
alcoholic beverage license application. Why do we have this one?
So when they're cut and dry, I have no problem approving them. but
Right.
Some situations and some activity may be a little habitual.
Yep,
That's why I brought this one forward for you guys to take a look at. So I sent you guys all the PDF of the background check. I have the copy here if you guys want to glance at it.
And no name.
Yeah.
so did we ask anyone about this? Or is this, you're just asking us?
So, well,
Just capped.
yep, background check, actually.
Okay.
Yep, so it goes, I do the Department of Justice background check, and then there was the verbiage that I put in there for you guys from the statutes about denying it. So if the board would choose to deny it, he does have a right to show that he has rehabilitated himself, but,
Do we know what he has done that we can?
It was in your email.
Yeah.
It should have been emailed to you.
yeah, do you wanna take a look
Yeah.
at?
Yes, I would. Please.
Hold on here, let me,
Wasn't there,
I didn't print a copy for you guys, cause there was 44 pages.
Mhm.
So that's why I just sent you the PDF.
It was quite habitual for several years.
But he was not to be around,
That's what it does say in there, is not to serve, sell, I mean, that's part of his probation, but whether he decides to stick with it, that's not.
this is the one I asked you about, if we could actually deny it, because are we an enforcement municipality? And that's what, Brian, you're the one with that knowledge.
Can we deny it?
If you want.
I mean,
Is that what you're asking?
can we enforce, so it was told to him
It's
that,
listed in there, not to enter into, like, to be in the facilities that serve, sell alcohol. But I think that's probably standard with some of those convictions, is my guess.
So if you're on bond for those, that's
Okay.
a common bond restriction, is not to enter or those
So-
facilities. So if he's not on bond anymore, that would be, unless if it's a judgment, is he on bond or bail or probation at this time? Because that might be a probation that he would have to, a rule.
the latest conviction was 2019. And this is 25, 6 years old.
So I would doubt that would be in it.
Okay. But when they are
Questionable? Bring 'em here.
questionable, I'd rather you
No.
guys make
Yeah.
that decision versus me being the one that says yes or no.
And since we have a police officer on our board, I appreciate the fact that you bring him here, because then we have a professional opinion over here.
So I mean, yeah, you look at people's past, but do you hold it to them? I mean, it's been null and void for the last 6 years. If he has no, I say we give him I don't see any reason why not to
Okay.
allow this licensing.
So you got your answer.
that's your motion?
That would be my motion. Make a motion to approve the alcohol beverage license.
Okay, I have a motion by Brian.
One second.
And I have a second by Josh to approve the alcoholic beverage license. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes.
Now
Sure.
This one I want to take a long look at.
This next one on the
Yeah.
agenda? Number 10?
Brian.
He
when's
spells
Brian?
his name with an I.
Oh, I get it.
And I do have all of the paperwork. He did submit everything.
Okay,
I just didn't make a copy of every single piece, so if you guys want
Okay.
to see anything on it, I have it here.
well, if he's submitted everything and everything is appropriate according to what we are asking for, I don't know why we would want to deny it.
Right above Brian's signature, it says, I blank certify the above property meets the requirements of the town of Saratoga short-term rental ordinance. Does it?
She just.
Well, his name is not filled in there,
Okay.
but he did sign it. So, I mean, he's here, so I can always have him fill his name in.
Are you asking it if it does?
Right, does the property meet our short-term rental ordinance?
Did he fill in all the paper?
Yeah.
Did he
Yes, you
check
can
all
give
this?
me everything.
Okay,
I wasn't sure if I was supposed to sign that part or if you guys.
Yeah.
I actually
Yep.
think
I
that
did.
whoever received the paperwork was supposed to put their name in there.
It was in the Dropbox, I believe, or the
Okay.
mail, one of the two.
So it would
So-
say either
so
I
somebody-
Paulette or I Lorelei or whoever
Oh,
received all
yeah,
this.
never mind.
It's gonna
Oh,
be
we
I,
just had
Brian.
them
Yeah,
right on
that's
there.
okay. We're good.
Okay.
Have we,
We're good.
okay. So I think I'm okay with it if everything is there.
I'll make a motion to approve the short-term rental application to No Limits LLC located at 11654 County Road Z in Saratoga.
I'll second.
No, wait a minute, this is by my house. I want to check. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, I have a motion by Brian and a second by Josh. All those in favor?
I
Those against?
Make sure he's aware of our noise ordinance.
Yes.
We don't have it.
Make sure that you're aware that we have a nuisance ordinance, so if things start getting out of hand and we get too many complaints, we're gonna be calling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine, yeah.
I'm sure you don't want
I
that
saw
either,
most of
yeah,
the you guys out and stuff like that, so.
yeah, I'm sure you don't want that either.
All
Yeah, you're good to go then.
right, well, thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. Thank you for
Thank you.
sitting around waiting for us. Did you get a cookie?
No, I didn't, but that's all right, thank you.
All right. Trying to bribe people with cookies tonight. All right, let's move on here. The business permit for Rock On LLC. Landscaping.
Todd Austin's building.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the one down here?
Actually, there's three businesses
that
in
one.
that one building, isn't there?
Actually, it looks to me like one is the owner of the buildings, and then he's leasing the two different buildings out to different companies. But he's the owner of all the companies.
Right, and that's what
They're
she
just three
said.
different LLCs, but it looks
Right.
nice to me.
I actually called,
Shane.
Claude Riegelman, because I was not aware that we had storage buildings on this property. And Claude was.
Okay.
So,
Remember, you can always look up the parcel number and it shows pictures.
I did.
Oh,
I
you
did. It looks like a garage,
Mm.
but it's actually like a 6-unit storage building. So Claude was aware of it, and the reason that I'm bringing that forward is because storage buildings are assessed as high as any other business, but unless people know they're there, then they're not assessed at all. It's just a storage building. It's just a building where they keep equipment, right? But when they start renting it out for money, then we want to get our portion of the tax revenue from that. So I did talk to Claude, and he said, yeah, they're good to go. And I did talk to this Miriam, and she was extremely nice and forthcoming and telling me everything that I needed to know about their businesses. So,
The only problem I see with the business in there is Andy's driveway might get beat up pretty good. Right next door, because they only have about 9 feet between the big block building and their lot line.
okay,
And then the rest of that is Ann Green's driveway.
okay,
So she did go and talk to him last week,
all right,
and I guess they schmoozed it all over.
okay.
That if they tear it up, they will fix it and that kind of stuff, because they got some heavy equipment back in there.
Is there any sort of writing of that, or is that just a verbal?
It's just verbal at this time. But if it does get ripped up, she does have the right to put a fence or whatever on there.
Yes. That's a pass.
So she's only got, I think, 15 feet of driveway back there.
Okay.
So she don't have room to expand, you know, to a
Okay.
different spot. But
I was under the impression they were gonna live there, but I don't know, there's no residential,
no, there's no residence there.
so they must not be going to, but I don't know why I thought that, but I just did. So, any other questions or concerns? I do see that there are landscaping equipment. I don't know where they're keeping all that.
That's in the back there.
In the building?
Some of it's inside, some of it's outside. So they got some big
Well,
construction trailers.
you're close to keep an eye on it,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's
Don't-
good.
Sounds
worry,
like he
my-
has been.
My dad and his girlfriend will keep care.
Okay. All right, well, that's okay. I mean, that's kind of the deal.
That's why I know what happened there
Okay,
last week, so.
all right,
So
good to know.
they've already discussed between the two sidelines there, so.
Okay.
So.
Anybody else have any other concerns or comments?
Other than that, I would make a motion to approve.
Okay, all three or
All
just,
three.
okay. I have a motion by Carl, any,
Motion by Carl to approve all three businesses at 8051 Highway 13
yes,
South.
yes, sir.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Carl and a second by Josh to approve the business permits for Rock On LLC, Rock Solid Mechanics LLC, and Bedrock Wisconsin LLC. Now, I believe there are
Bedrock Incorporated it is.
Bedrock was,
That's it. Bedrock, Wisconsin Inc.
okay, we gotta change that. Bedrock Wisconsin Incorporated. I do note on the website, it shows two different addresses instead of just one. So let's get with them and confirm the addresses.
Maybe the differences between the two buildings.
I believe that is so, but she wrote down the same address for all three, and we do need to differentiate that.
Okay.
So maybe we can get a hold of her. Would you remind me tomorrow, Paulette, please?
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda is to pay bills. Who would like to pay all the bills for us?
So I don't know if you guys wanna look at these. These were not paid yet.
Oh,
But I
that's
don't know if
okay.
you wanna
That's
peek
for
at
the
them,
equipment.
now
but
that's for the equipment and there was
And the
one in there for a
repairs.
repair,
Yeah.
right?
I knew pretty much about that stuff, so,
Okay.
so yeah. I don't know.
That one we already knew about, the repairs for the guys not greasing the front end.
I don't think there was much for repairs for that. It was the leak.
Hydraulic
That
leak
was
in the back.
Was it the leak?
That was the,
Did you see how they estimated that?
No.
Time to put tape on, time to take tape off? No kidding.
Oh,
That's like,
detail.
they gotta itemize that to do the.
Yeah, detail.
Detail.
there you go.
Yes.
Detailed billing.
That is very detailed
That's
billing.
what we-
I've never seen anything like that.
I never got that
so.
detail.
Yeah, that
Here's
sounds a
your- here's
little,
your total.
it doesn't seem like it'd take longer to write taking tape off than to actually take the tape off?
They probably get paid flat rate, the mechanics.
It
So
has
if it's
to,
not,
it has to be noted for the tech time.
Oh, is that what it is?
so he gets
Or
paid.
maybe their system. works
Okay.
I didn't see anything out of the ordinary on the bills when I looked over it, so.
Hmm.
Other than
You should come with one with me.
Gunner Palms, I don't know what that was about.
You sure about that?
is EMS,
He's
the
working
training,
on it,
so
right.
once they've
Oh, look at that.
completed their
Yeah.
course, then they get reimbursed. for
What's
that.
all this with Bell and Hill?
That is what keeps
Ambulance.
track of like there's like admin fees for the DOT drug screening.
Okay.
So there's like fees for them and then
How come we took back money though?
took back.
I mean,
Why
Oh, I
there was
see.
voided because
Yeah.
my printer and I were having an argument.
okay, all right, I'll go with that.
The printer one?
Well, almost.
Oh, I do have to say that we filed a claim about the rooftop units over on the town hall
Yeah.
for hail damage, and we did get a check. Do you know how much that was?
Remember, offhand, 7,000 something, wasn't
I
it?
think so. Let me-
Okay, no,
let me
you're
go-
good.
Okay.
I just want to know about what it
Yeah, it
was.
did come in.
But we're not replacing the units or repairing them at this time until we find out what we're doing.
Okay.
So we're just gonna hold it. It's not like it's freezing in there at this point in time. We have working furnaces, just, they're not at their optimum efficiency.
Did you get a
Um,
motion to pay bills yet?
Not yet.
I'll make a motion to pay bills.
I have one more question. Nepco Lake District, that's reimbursement from taxes?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, I'm good. I have a motion to pay bills by Josh. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
And a second by Brian. All those in favor?
I,
Motion passes. Please pay these horrendous bills. Compass Minerals,
So
That's, yeah.
okay.
Brian always asks that question.
Waste Management, we
I
pay
did
twice a
this
year,
time because I caught on.
They get paid like every
Monthly.
month.
$34,000 a month.
We collected on the taxes.
Wow.
Don't worry, I watched that bill closely.
They're out
They
5
tried
days
to-
a week.
And I still forget to put my can out until after I hear the truck go by.
Do you really? I am very fortunate because it goes down that way, it goes by my house, and then I see it go by and go, oh yeah, it's gonna come back in a
I
few
think
minutes.
the recycling truck does go past once to give me a warning,
And
but
they do
by
that
that
for you.
time I'm so upset that I forgot it. We just say it's only
We're on the
3.
border, so if I forget, I put it at the neighbors across the
Okay.
street.
Does anyone have any items for the future agenda? That they want to have brought forward?
Oh, we did enough today.
Okay. Brian? Deer in headlights. Carl.
Nothing there. I do got, one quick question for you too that I forgot to ask. when I
Sure.
had- the land there by me,
Yes,
the storage units and stuff,
yes.
is that, nothing's?
Nothing's moving
Okay.
forward at this
Okay,
point in time.
alright. Okay.
I actually had a meeting with the young man today, and he's looking at how much it's gonna cost and how much it's gonna make, and so he's thinking about it, so
Okay.
we don't have anything yet.
Okay.
I set date for the next meeting.
April 16th.
Well, hold on here.
Yeah, but hold on,
because
hold on.
the
Yeah,
annual
no.
meeting should be the 15th.
Oh,
So-
So that
So-
would be.
Do you wanna do it
Tuesday.
after the annual meeting?
Before
That,
or
that can
after.
be it. Get it?
We did last time.
After the
yeah, we did it after,
Okay.
because it was an audit then too. I remember.
Yeah, poor guy.
In April, the audit went that long?
We were over there.
Yeah.
I think we had to postpone it for some reason.
Oh, okay, that could be, but we're good now, you already did it.
Yeah,
Right.
we're still
I
good.
just happen to remember that because
So,
so we can do our meeting on the 15th instead of the.
yes, I think we should have the annual meeting, and then after that, we should do the board meeting. We can do that, right,
I thought
Dan?
the annual meeting was like at 7.
Well,
It's
6 o'clock.
you're set
Is that we're
for
back?
going on the third Wednesday of the month, pretty much. So if you're gonna move it to Tuesday, I don't know if it makes any difference, but people are.
Used to the
well, yeah,
Wednesday?
People are used to being here on the second Wednesday, or
So
third
then we have-
Wednesday, so.
We have a
But I
meeting.
don't, legally, I think you can have it whenever you want. The annual meeting, you're set for that. I mean, there's
Yeah,
no getting around
Is there
that.
a lot gonna be going on?
no, I don't know. The only thing I know that's coming to us is gonna be a CSM, because you haven't gotten it yet.
Oh,
but-
for your regular meeting next month?
Oh, you did get it? Yeah,
Nobody else has got it yet, but I have got it.
yeah, I don't know
I'll probably forget
anything.
to send it out.
I don't think it's gonna be a big
It'll come
meeting.
in their packet.
I guess, we don't post it until a week before, so I guess
As
we
long
can
as
make
it's
a
posted.
yeah. Well, let's make a determination at a later date. Can we do that? Let's set it tentatively for the 15th, and then if we get too much on the agenda, we can make it the Wednesday night?
And it has to be 2 separate meetings? The annual
Yeah.
meeting cannot be considered a regular
Right.
board meeting?
No, you'll adjourn.
Does that sound kosher to you guys?
Okay.
We can schedule it for the Tuesday, the 15th, and then if the agenda starts getting too heavy, we'll change it to the 16th. And we'll have one on the 15th and one on the 16th. But if it's gonna be light, we'll just continue it.
Cause we,
Brian?
well, sure, but I mean, that's what, a week and a half away till it has to be posted. So, But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You're gonna have to be there on the 15th anyway to get sworn in again. Do we get sworn in again?
I might not win.
Yeah. That's only if you lose.
You're a sure thing.
That's only if you lose.
Yeah, let's try for that night, then we don't have to come back again the next night.
Okay.
I think that's what we did last year was
Yeah, I
the
do
annual
too.
and then the regular board meeting.
Yeah, I do too. Let's try that. We'll make sure it's pretty visible out there.
And on the board, so.
Yeah, and on the board and post it, yeah. Okay, that's all I got. I need them. Oh, Dan, I'm sorry.
I got a couple of questions.
Sure.
Did you have a meeting with Keller on Monday?
Yes,
I'm sorry I missed it.
yes. I was looking forward to you being there. I was the only one there, but I did get a lot of notes. And the changes that Mick Furkey had suggested, they took that to heart and they kind of flew with it. And this Rob, the older gentleman, he thought that was a great idea. But the issue is the cost. So he's determining the cost. He did recommend to take out the tile floor because it's so slippery. And that may have asbestos, and they're planning on it having asbestos as far as cost. And then the overhead doors to go on the gable ends, so structurally, it's not much of significance because all your weight is on the, the edges. So I never thought of putting the overhead doors on the gable end, and
I didn't either.
I could slap
It
myself
wasn't
up for that, but
Yeah.
and they did say that the longevity of that building would be approximately another 25 years. So versus the 5 years on that metal building, that was a big significance. And even he said that was a really good idea. But I'm not telling my brother that. Oh, we're not on camera, are we?
He doesn't watch.
We didn't adjourn yet.
We didn't adjourn, I'm sorry. But anyway, it was, he considered that a very good idea. And it's nice when we have input from everybody because it was something we really didn't explore. We were thinking the overhead doors on the side of the building, which were very structural, versus putting them on the end. Well, then it's a drive-through. And it's one big door on each end, so. And then to tear down the part of it that's, that the basement is under because of the basement walls being so bad, we would only have to take it down 4 feet and then we could fill it in. So that too was a good determination. So it was a really, really good meeting, but they are coming back. Oh, I'm glad you're still here. So we have 4 dates, April 29th, which is a Tuesday, May 1st, which is a Thursday, May 6th, which is a Tuesday, or May 7th, which is a Wednesday, all of them at 5:30 at night. For the board, the plan commission, and the townspeople. It's just a regular meeting from Keller, but the plan commission had asked that it be a night meeting, so I need a date.
What are those dates again?
April 29th, Tuesday, May 1st, which is a Thursday, May 6th, which is a Tuesday.
May 1st is, hold on, yeah, we're good. I've seen Labor Day there, but that's.
Okay, May 6th and May 7th. And Brian, I would really like you to be at one of those, so, because you haven't been to any of them, I think it'd be really helpful for you to be on top of the Keller,
Yeah.
the building. So whatever night would work
I was at
best.
the plan commission when they came to the plan commission.
Oh, were you? Okay.
We were all
You
there.
were, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The
I didn't
first
think you
initial
were.
Way to call me out on something.
I'm so sorry, Brian. I am so sorry.
Well, that was just the first introductory.
Right.
Right.
It wasn't
Okay.
the last one that
Okay.
actually.
Well,
had
this one coming up
screened
should be
and stuff.
fairly good.
Because those ones are always, what, 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Yeah,
And that's what the plan commission called me out on it too, saying that, you have them all during the day and we can't make it because we all work. And I was doing it for the convenience of Keller because they drive so far, but they said too that don't do it for our convenience, do it for yours. So,
Not all of us on the plan commission work, but most of us do.
so what
Have jobs, work.
3/4 of us.
what would
don't
work good for you, Brian? Any of those nights? I know you have kids in sports.
Yeah, we'll pick one and I'll be there. Since
Anybody
it's
have a
that
specific night that they would like to see? Dan? Because you're always there.
Monday and yeah, Mondays are always good for me.
He don't have any Mondays. He's got
Okay.
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Tuesdays don't work.
Okay, how about a Thursday, May 1st?
Thursdays nights are good.
Okay, let's do Thursday night, May 1st, 5:30.
And are you wanting that in here, or are you wanting that at the big
Here.
hall?
Here.
Okay.
May 1st, 5:30.
Yep. If it happens to have to go over there, then we'll all walk
Okay.
over there. May 1st should be it's gonna be a nice night. It's gonna be about 75 degrees, so.
One other
Reminder.
thing, this is for Paulette. You always send out the pay stubs. Is it
Yes.
possible to go online with those?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know. I know I've tried to email Billy Joe's to her, and I just haven't gotten it to work. So.
I mean, I just, everything is,
Technology, right?
no, I mean,
Yeah.
everything goes direct deposit, but yet you're sending out a
Oh,
check
you're
stub.
right.
So why not just send me the check? I know why we went direct deposit, because people aren't cashing the check.
Right.
But you're
We'll
kind of
look into
defeating
it,
the
yeah.
We're gonna-
part of the purpose.
We'll ask Heidi again for her assistance because that's how she always sent them out, was through the email. So we just gotta confirm with her the steps again, how to do it, and we'll get it so that they all,
That's a good idea.
but that's how we used to do it.
Save stamps.
Well, yeah, if you're sending, how many do
Then
you
there's no
send
printing
out
for you.
Yeah.
every
None.
month? I mean,
I have to print it off anyways, because I have to attach
The way
stuff.
postage
Right,
is.
you're right, Dan, that's very good. I love it when we get people to input stuff, because it's stuff we never think about.
Well, if the pig can do it, I'm sure you can.
I'm just talking about your pay. Don't worry about it.
All right,
Anything
I
else?
still want a printed copy.
yes, I have, evaluation, I
get one?
need you all
I
to
always ask
sign.
for not to get one printed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't need one of
I don't need the summary.
Put it in my bin.
They'll collect.
These two have to be signed, but we didn't get the other, we
It'll
didn't
come
get
in your
Cassie's
email,
back
Brian.
yet. You signed it already, Josh, and so did I.
Oh, the email, yeah.
That's a really good idea, see if we
I
can
have to
make
sign
that
this.
work. Boy, that'd save a lot of money. Okay, anybody else have anything else?
You wanna make a motion, Brian?
Well, no, I'm still working here.
I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion by Josh
I'll second it.
and a second by Carl to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah,
Good
just
grief, you better mark